Yeah, it was a good, bounce back win, baseball crazy. Last night our pitching obviously was not one of our better days. And then to come out and every pitcher played a huge role, starting with Carson with a great start and pretty much dominated. And then, of course, bringing in Gage. We brought in Gage, that kid who hit the home run, the big home run off him last night. And we knew we were going to throw a lot of breaking balls to him because that's really the pitches we wanted last night. And we threw him and got ahead and then made a mistake on a fastball supposed to be up, a chase pitch. And last night we made that mistake and he took advantage of it. But tonight, Gage did a great job coming in. Of course, Rafe fell behind hitters, but the biggest play of the game might have been the double play with Rafe getting behind. I think it was 3-1 count there and had that big double play hit at Yo-Yo. And of course, Walt, outstanding job coming in and pretty much dominating for the 2 innings he was in there. And Harvard's a good team. We didn't know anything about them. We do now. They're a good team. That's a team that's going to do very well in their conference, and they're probably going to make some noise if I had to guess, even after that. So we got our hands full, and we need to be ready to play tomorrow. But I was very happy to see us bounce back and get a W today.
I'll open it up for questions. If you have a question for Gino, please use the hand raise function. We'll start with Wyatt Coltman from the Miami Hurricane. Wyatt.
Coach, congratulations on the win. What was your message to the team after this one, just getting enough to get over the hump with this 2-1 win?
Well, I told him baseball's a crazy game. We gave up 11 runs last night and couldn't seem to anything we did on the mound to be successful. We couldn't get anything done. And then tonight, we held them to 4 hits. They didn't really, I think there was an inning there. They had the bases loaded, but I mean, for the most part, we did a really good job on the hill, and the games can change like that. We went from 11-6 game to 2-1 game here today. But, offensively, we got to do a better job. I think our guys are pressing a little bit like young kids do, young lineups. You get the bases loaded, and it seems like we had the bases loaded a bunch yesterday and today. And we just can't seem to get that big hit. And a lot of times we have our younger hitters up at that time. We have some freshmen or guys that are new to the lineup. Of course, we have a lot of new guys in the lineup, but we've had some young guys up in those situations, and they need to relax, not try to do too much. We have not had really good at-bats in those situations for the most part. So we need to do a better job there. But at the end of the day, we tied it up, and now the biggest game, tomorrow, the rubber match. And like I said, we've got to be ready to play because these guys, this is a very good Harvard team.
Carson Palmquist with 9 strikeouts, but you had Gage Gio, Rafe Schlesinger with another big opportunity to step up in what resembled a pitcher's duel here. What did you notice out of their ability to come in and really take the baton well from Palmquist, the veteran?
Yeah, both guys being freshmen, they're in big roles. They're kind of setup guys to Walt, and both have accepted those roles. When we met with them at the end of our inter squads in January, JD and I, and we just made our decisions on who's starting and who was going to close and who was going to set up and things like that. We brought those guys in, and they were very accepting to the roles that we put forth. And they're both, they love challenges. I mean, they both, to me, handled things real well. Like I said, Rafe, fell behind tonight, but that wasn't a pressure thing or anything. He just fell behind with command. But both guys love the challenge. And Gage, especially coming in the situation with the guy that got the big, we jumped ahead of them late in the game. Last night, I think it was the bottom of the 6th to take the lead, and we bring him in the 7th, and he gives up the 2-run home run to the guy that we brought him in to face tonight in big situations. So, and he wanted the ball. You could tell he wanted it. His body language showed he wanted it. And I told him when I gave him the ball, this is the guy we want you to get, the guy that got you last night. This is your guy. Go get him. And he did that. And so both guys are very impressive freshmen that I think are not going to back down from any challenges.
Next, we'll go to Daniel Rodriguez. Daniel.
Hey, Coach. I wanted to ask you, you mentioned it was difficult studying Harvard. Just how was it getting prepared for a team that hasn't played a game in over 700 days and with new guys going out? Just how was that?
Yeah, difficult because, like you said, we can't go by 2019, which is really the last time that they've played. So what we did is try to look as much video as we could from summer baseball, the guys playing summer ball. They got a lot of scouts here. There's a lot of scouts here from the Northeast that came down to watch some of their guys. They got a handful of guys that pro guys are really looking at. And you can see it. They got some physical guys. They got some guys that ball comes out of their hand good on the mound. Obviously they swing the bat. They got some guys in the lineup that are pretty good. So, but yeah, I got to be honest. We didn't know a whole lot about them, and it's hard to. How do you know about a team that hasn't played in 2 years? I mean, it's just the way it is. But we know a lot about them now. Know a lot more about them now, and that's kind of one of the things we said we got to do as these games go on. We got to make sure we're doing a great job, as good as we can, like we always do, but scouting them along the way here as we play them. We always watch video after every game, so we're watching and seeing from the dugout. Sometimes you don't have the best of views, but when you watch it back, you can see things that maybe you didn't see. And so we try to do as much as we can so we can prepare for that next day. And we'll do it again tonight and in the morning to get ready for tomorrow's game.
My follow-up will be, how would you describe the relationship between Maxwell and Carson? Have they just been, having great games so far this season? And how do you describe their relationship maybe on and off the field?
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak for the relationship off the field. I mean, all the guys get along for the most part. I don't, our team's very close. This team is a very close team, and they both have worked very well together. Carlos too, as well, has caught a lot of Carson, but Carlos has been out. Hopefully we'll get him back soon. But and along with JD Jones, all our catchers catch all our pitchers during inter squads. We always mix them up so everybody works with everybody. But Max has been our guy right now, and yeah, I mean, both of them have worked very well together, and I hope that continues.
Next question comes from McGregor Francis. McGregor.
Hey, Coach. Good win today. Are you satisfied with how the team responded today to the loss yesterday? Would you say the team's fired up coming into today? And what does that tell you about the team's determination?
Yeah, I mean, I thought the team was fired up's the right word. They were ready to play. They're ready to play. I mean, baseball's a game. It's not like football. You got to make sure you're under control too when you're playing this game and stay even keeled and balanced. But they were ready to play when we met. But first of all, our pre-work, we were out here at 3:00 before 7:00 game doing a lot of things. And they did a good job of focusing and doing those things. And then we met in the locker room before the game. BP was great. Locker room meeting was very good. And yeah, this team has been good in regards to those things. I don't expect this team to come out and be flat. They're 18 to 21-year-old kids, so they're going to make mistakes. They're not going to play perfect baseball all the time. Our job is to make sure they play close to it, though, day in, day out. But yeah, I mean, the kids are, look, at the end of the day, we bounce back. It's a good Harvard team. We left a lot of guys on base. We had a chance to blow this thing open. You got to give them credit. They did a good job in those situations. We didn't take advantage of those situations. We left 10 guys on base. If we hit in the clutch just a little bit, the game's a little bit different here. But that's the way baseball is. And so as soon as we get that one big hit with all these guys on base, you're going to see the floodgates open, because that's how this game is. Everybody relaxes and then they get better at bats. But we're certainly talking to them about just trying to stay as relaxed as possible. Make sure you don't change anything when you get in those situations, and give good at bats, and make sure you're swinging at good pitches.
Our last question of the night comes from Wyatt Coltman. Wyatt.
Coach, just one more for you. As you guys look to take game 3 of the series, 10 left on base today, you touched on it a little bit. What's going to be the key just to getting guys reeled in a little bit sooner and a little bit more often throughout these games coming up?
Well, you want to get your leadoff guy on. I don't think we got our leadoff guy on a lot. We haven't in the first 2 games. We need to make sure we're getting our leadoff guy on. We got to make sure we're not making outs on the bases. We made another one tonight. We did a 2 or 3 last night. One was my fault. I sent Zoe from third to home, and he was dead out. Thought the ball got away from the third baseman a little farther than that. I think we made an out last night on a ball semi-line drive hit to the infielder where Dorian got thrown out at first. And I think we made another one too. But tonight, Burke ran on a ball in the dirt that was not a good ball to run on. It turns out he gets thrown out, and then Dorian hits a ball to the right side that would have gotten through if Burke stayed at first with 1 out, because the infielders are double play depth. So that would have made it first and third. So look, there's a lot of things. This is a young team. We got 7 new guys in the lineup. They're still learning how to play together and do the right things. It's a constant just going over things and repeating things and trying to get them. They'll learn as time goes on. But we just got to make sure we're ready to go tomorrow. The bottom line, guys need to relax. We got to try to get guys on base, like I said, early, and execute when it calls for it, whatever it may be. and that one big hit, get that one big hit. And that you'll see what I mean when I say then kind of things open up, and that's what we're looking for. And hopefully we'll get that tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have that opportunity.
Gino, thank you for your time and congrats on the win.
Okay. Thank you guys.